Hi, my name's Hannah. I'm a health psychologist, and today I want to tell you a little bit about the relationship between staying active and our mental health. So, we typically tend to think of exercise as something that we do for our bodies, and we know that from a lot of studies and evidence that we have, that physical activity can help us have a lower chance of developing certain conditions and generally live better for longer. It's also something that can be really positive for our mental health and well-being. When we exercise, we support the chemistry in our bodies that helps us feel calmer, it helps us sleep better, and it helps us cope with stress. It's not necessarily about having to push ourselves to the limits, but it's about supporting our mind in a way that can build up over time. So there's a relationship between physical fitness and confidence and how we feel emotionally that's not really about how we look. It's more about what happens when we set out to do something and we follow through with it. It might be walking further than we did last time, or maybe just showing up to do it, even when we didn't feel like it, or if it felt harder. Those moments build this sort of self trust. And if we do those repeatedly, it can carry through into other parts of our life and how we see and how we feel about ourselves. And movement doesn't have to mean the gym and it doesn't have to mean an hour a day. And it's worth saying that fitness will look different for everybody. If you live with a physical difference, a disability, a long term condition, being active might mean something different for you than it does for someone else, and that's okay. You might be going through different health conditions at different time points in your life, and what exercise or physical activity means to you now might not mean what it meant to you before. That's also okay. It's about what you find enjoyable just now, satisfying, and what's achievable and accessible to you. It might be things that you've not thought of. It might be things like seated exercise, adapted sports, gentle stretching. It all counts, and the benefits on your mental health are just as real. So, if you're just starting out or if you're thinking about making a change, then maybe take a moment to think about what type of activity or movement feels good for you and how is it accessible. It might be that it's walking after breakfast, getting the dog 10 minutes longer, or maybe just going for a walk and talk meeting rather than sort of sitting on a phone or on a computer if you can. It might be having a dance party in the kitchen alone or with whoever's around. It might be gardening or it might be walking to the post box rather than nipping along in the car. The trick is to rely on something where you link it to your day and something that you already do, rather than it becoming another thing on the to-do list. And advice that I would give you if you are starting out is start smaller than you think you need to. Often chunking it is a way that we can expose ourselves and we can sort of move into things gradually and build our confidence up the more we do it. Consistency will matter more than intensity does. And it's really important, as I said, to choose something that you enjoy rather than something that feels like a chore. If it does feel like a chore or something that you feel that you should do, then it might be harder to keep going. And importantly, and for anyone who's made a New Year's resolution at some point in their lives, like I have, try not to wait until you feel motivated. Motivation often follows the action. So rather than coming before it. So if you move first and then notice how the rest follows, rather than waiting to feel that sort of sense of motivation or pull to get started, that might not come and might not be enough to keep you going beyond those first initial couple of days, like those New Year's resolutions often fall. So that's it. Fitness isn't just something that we do with our bodies. It's one of the most accessible tools that I feel that we have that supports our psychological well-being and our minds. It can be a really great opportunity to connect with like-minded people and socialize if that's what you enjoy and feel that you need. It can also be a really nice opportunity to take some time for yourself. It might be something that you do inside. It might help get you out a little bit more and have some of those benefits of green space and nature too. So start small, be kind to yourself, and notice what changes.